in this entire change that we are witnessing, managing perceptions and making sure that while you have a vision in your mind to be a budget school, but there are so many pressures, as Rohan sir mentioned. How do you manage all of that and still maintain your standard or your focus to be a budget school and not become an elitist school? How is it so? Obviously it's going to be difficult. But what would be your advice for such kind of institutions? We are looking at this kind of a transition.
I think one thing that I would say is growth doesn't happen to you. Growth first happens in your mind. Growth is a mindset. So I think you need that growth mindset, that you need to be you need to grow and become better school. Now we are a country where you have schools charging 20,000 rupees per annum to schools, day schools charging 20 lakh rupees per annum. So there's a wide spectrum. No school is cheaper or expensive. It's just that you give the right value for money. So what I would say is, while you are doing this transition, never leave that value for money, what you're going to give to the parent. So, first thing is that have that growth mindset that yes, I need to grow into a better school. And also, whether you're a state board school transitioning to ICSE or CBSE or even IB, or from a state board to a national board, whatever, NEP would make you do irrespective. Even if you're a state board, you need to make that change. So, first need to have that growth mindset. Then I would say you need to invest in the right technology, because you can't grow without right technology. So choose right technology, invest in right technology. And another thing that I would say NEP would bring in, and I think at this platform, I would like to raise this issue that implementing NEP is going to bring in a lot of curriculum transaction cost. Gone are the days when a blackboard, paint, and a chalk and a duster used to be the only curriculum transaction cost that we had. You will need to have labs, you need to have props. NEP talks about experiential learning. How do you give experience to a child without investing in right props and right apparatuses? You need to actually think about curriculum transaction cost. And being a teacher, we've never, as a company, we have never done anything for the children directly. I somewhere feel if you are doing right things to the teachers, they'll take care of the students. So invest in right kind of teachers, retain them, train them. Teachers may come and leave, but you should not be kind of not investing in right teacher and right teacher training. I think and I feel if growth is your mindset and you want to do this, realigning your school to the NEP is not going to be very tough. And another thing, a budget school doesn't operate or doesn't make sense at low numbers. So you need to have numbers, right numbers. A budget school is not going to make break even at less than 500 children. So you need to have numbers. Now, when you scale up, when you have higher numbers, how do you ensure seamless transaction both vertically and horizontally within a class and when you grow upward? So I think what Ms. Butts have done is that you need to have the right change in section of a child should not change the way you transact a curriculum. So I think investing in right kind of SOPs, lesson plans, I would say, these are certain things which I feel you need to do. And also another thing that NEP is going to do is you need to kind of invest in right infrastructure. So plan all these, and again I would come back to a rightly written business plan where you need to factor all these things, including I would reaffirm the curriculum transaction cost is going to be a major differentiator in the way you implement NEP in your school. I would say budget schools do not mean cheap schools. Budget schools means right value for money in that particular budget range. I think school promotes, we are talking about financial literacy in the school as a curriculum. I think we should have something for the school promoters also, a financial literacy program where they know right apportionment of cost and revenue. So we've consulted schools where, 1 month budget for one school is like a yearly budget for the second school. So we consult in various spectrum. So I think, you need to understand that it is going to take 3 to 4 years for you to become operationally breaking even if you're starting a new school. and possibly the project break even would take about 7 to 8 years. So you need to be prepared to have that kind of cash flow there with you, the right cash flow, because the school doesn't struggle, because of anything. But the first struggle that a school starts having is when the teachers are not paid on time. Financial prudence is something which I would say that the promoters should have, and they should also kind of think of having the retained earnings in such a way that, because now you see technology is changing very fast, and technology, usually in schools would change in maybe 5 to 10 years. So you need to kind of have right business model, apportionment of various cost and revenue heads, also right kind of salaries to be paid. And to sum it up, I think you need to remain contemporary always in terms of technology as well as in terms of infrastructure.